If last month your calendar looked like this and you didn't get enough appointments to close a lot of clients for your agency, and next month you want to make your calendar look like this, where you get a bunch of appointments and you have a lot of opportunities to get a bunch of clients and grow your agency to 20, 30, 50, $100,000 a month, then there is a secret way, a method I use to get more bookings from the cold emails that I do, right? Now, and that secret method is what I call is divine follow-ups, right? In this video, I'm going to explain you what divine follow-ups means and the difference before your old follow-ups, what you do with them, and the divine follow-ups method, okay? Now, just going straight into it, I'm going to basically do one by one how it's different, what you can do, and it's really simple, and you can get 5 times more bookings really easily just by adding these steps into your current cold email system, all right? Or maybe any outbound system if you want to work with it, it also works as well. Cool. So the old follow-ups way, right? You can even see there's cobwebs on it, right? And the divine follow-ups is the difference like these. So the first difference is with old follow-ups, replying to positive replies takes more than 5 minutes, right? So this is how you're gonna look when you do the old follow-ups, where you have to, open up Google Sheets and track everything and see, how it works. So you need to be as quick as possible when you do get positive replies, and you must reply to them, right? Because speed is literally money. You need to be as fast as possible to get the most amount of money coming into your business. Now, the divine follow-up system is you reply within 5 minutes of a positive reply. Okay, so these are even the statistics that you want to look at and see how important speed to lead actually is. Okay, so for example, responding to a lead in the first minute can improve conversion as much as 391%, right? And I didn't make these numbers just out of my ass, just like resources which you can check out right here. Cool. And leads convert 22 times more often when contact is made 5 minutes or less. Okay, so within 5 minutes, you have 22 times more likely to close a deal. All right, to get a meeting. So just look at it. You can pause this. You can even screenshot this and take a look at it deeply, just so you understand how important speed to lead is, and get it into your mind that you need to do it every single time. If you cannot do it yourself because you are busy as an agency owner, then hire someone, get VAs to do it. Try to do it with AI, but you need to be fast with it, right? You need to, be like lightning speed fast. Cool. So now this was the first difference, right? You need to be fast as fuck, basically. Okay. Now the second thing with all follow-ups that people do is every follow-up is done manually and tracked in Google Sheets, right? I kind of covered it slightly before, but basically this was the old method, right? Maybe you've seen, other course sellers or like gurus teach you this, or maybe you've seen on YouTube where each pod reply that you get, you need to track them in a Google Sheet. Then when you track the reply date they replied, and you get follow-ups. For example, usually it's like 7 follow-ups to the replies. And this is the old way of doing it, right? It still works, but it takes a lot of time in your day-to-day. For example, I don't know how you did it, but I used to do it where in the evening, like either afternoon and the evening, I sit down and I do the follow-ups basically regularly. So, and it takes like 20, 30 minutes when you have a bunch of basically positive replies. Okay. Now, the new way of doing it is your follow-ups are automated. So you wouldn't have to do it manually one by one, right? So I myself use an email sequencer, a plus vibe. It used to be called people.ai, but now it's plusvibe.ai. It's the same as Instantly, Smartly, or like any, big software that you're able to send out cold emails with. And what I've seen, I don't think Instantly and Smartly has it. Maybe I'm wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, I guess. But Plus Vibe has subsequences. Okay, so basically you can create subsequences. So whenever, let's say, we get a positive reply, I mark it as a positive reply, and then it gets added to my own subsequence, and it basically does it day by day, automatically. So I wouldn't have to worry, that I need to log in and follow up with leads, that I forget to follow up with them, and that bunch of stuff, right? So you want to do it automatically. Okay. So the first thing is make it automatic. Take less brain power to do the automated follow-ups, and this way you'll be able to book more appointments automatically, and you wouldn't have to worry about if you miss something, or, for example, you got sick, you have to go somewhere, family, meetings, whatever. Right? Cool. Now the other thing is, with the old follow-up system, you're trying to reach them on email and email only, and try to book a call, right? So this is how it literally look, just a lot of emails going into one inbox. Now, I mean, it works, right? You can get bookings. I'm not saying that you can't, But if you want to make it more efficient, and let's say go from 0.2, 0.4 appointment booking rate, you can basically double it just by understanding that when you put in more effort, so you get better results. So you do an omni-channel approach where you use multiple platforms to book calls. And what I mean by that, you can use SMS messages, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, used to be Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, whatever your clients hang out with, or you can even add multiple platforms into the mix, basically follow up for them, right? So for example, if they reply on Monday, right, with a positive reply, you send them back an email, okay? Send them back an email on Monday. Second day, you'll send out the email since it's gonna be, automated, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. But on top of the email, you're gonna send them an SMS message saying, something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm just trying to reach you on multiple platforms, just to keep this conversation warm. I've sent you an email. Does that ring a bell or anything like that?" All right. Same on WhatsApp, LinkedIn, add them as a connection. You can send out an email, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You can do it as well, like their posts and whatever. This way, you'll build authority as a man, a woman, I guess, whatever you are, you can build out authority, and people will start recognizing you. And this way, because not a lot of people actually do it, right? Or if they do it, they don't do it well enough. So when you do start doing it, you're able to, again, I will repeat myself, build authority. They will recognize you more, and they'll even give you props for taking the effort to, reach them, find them on other platforms. And yeah, this will be able to literally double, triple your appointment booking rate just by adding lots of platform into the mix. Okay. Now the other thing with the old follow-up way is boring bumps with no value, right? This has probably been done for, I don't know, since cold email was ready, since it started. And basically just people, instead of giving actual good replies to the positive like follow-ups, they just ask, let's schedule a call, bumping this up, just following up. What do you think of the above? Did you get my email? Name, right? These are boring. No one cares about them. It's, that just it doesn't give value, right? We are in a trust recession, and with AI and everything, you can actually make your follow-ups, your cold emails really personalized and really good, with a lot of value, with a lot of content that, the prospect getting the email is actually, taking the time to read them and eventually booking a call. Okay. So how the divine follow-up system does it is you need to, whoops, sorry, let's do this. This was supposed to be a different way, but let's do it this way. Every time a lead gets a follow-up from you, it contains value and a pattern interrupt to portray your image as authority, right? We kind of covered the authority thing right here. But in terms of creating good follow-ups, you can add a lead magnet. You can restate the offer that you mentioned at the first cold email if you state the offer, which I hope you do. You can show testimonials on what happened with similar companies in their area or wherever. Show how to solve their problem. Use market keywords that they used, right? Use their language, since this means that they'll understand that you are one of them, basically. Add memes to break the pattern, right? Not everyone's sending out memes. For example, for some professional services, everyone is so professional and trying to be, so on top of the game. Just by adding a meme, that's obviously not some ridiculous meme. It still has the professionalism sort of, but it is, it's working with the niche itself, right? It's like the same thing as keywords, but with like memes. You have to, what's appropriate for that case scenario. Okay. And now the last thing, which kind of covered previously, didn't previously, just uncovered accidentally, is calling leads by phone 10 minutes after a positive reply. Then daily calling them until they book or say no or fuck off, literally. So with the old follow-up system, right? You just touch on emails and just go with it, right? So what you want to do is, as soon as a positive reply comes, you have to wait around 10 minutes unless like they may be able to book, because if you reply to them within 5 minutes or less, then there's a high chance they're gonna just open up your calendar and book a call. But if within 10 minutes they don't book a call, then you double dial them, right? What double dialing means is essentially you take your phone and if they don't answer from the first call, immediately call them back again. And then, for example, iPhones or like Androids, I think so as well, have like a do not disturb feature. But how to remove that feature is basically double dial them. When the first call is, doesn't go through, the second call may go through, right? So double dial them. Afterwards, if they don't answer still, wait 3 hours, double dial them again, wait one more day, double dial them again, wait one more day, double dial them again, and just repeat the process for 7, 10 days, 14 days, however you want to do it. Get a VA to do it, get an appointment setter to do it, and this way you'll book a bunch of calls just by getting people to talk with you. Since again, with email, they don't really see your website. If you got different domains, right? They don't see your website, they don't see your face, they don't see nothing. But by calling them, again, this adds a thing where, same thing like here, you're adding effort into the mix. This way, again, you're building authority, you're adding effort, and people like when someone actually gives effort into the whole business. This means in the future, they'll probably you will add a lot of effort in their client side of things, right? So yeah, that's the whole divine follow-up system. It's really simple, to be honest. You just have to put a little bit more effort into this, but you get a 5x return on the investment and the time that you do, because appointment booking as an agency owner, I think it's one of the most cost efficient ways to grow the business, as well as it's a task that you gotta do constantly and grow your business basically, right? Now, if you want to have questions around the whole system or any other system I've covered in my other videos, if you have checked them out, if not, go check them out. Basically, join my Skool Group. It's called Outbound Circle, right? It will be the first link in the description. Check it out, and basically you can ask any questions that you want. I'll record a Loom video or just reply with text uh, straight away to you. For example, you can ask, how can I book 30 meetings per month? You can ask anything around the follow-up system, anything around my other videos, and I'll be able to respond to you and help you with anything, right? But there's a lot more, not a lot, but when we reach 50 members in the group, I'll also start coaching calls, free coaching calls 2 or 3 times a week, where you'll be able to, ask any questions, and we can build out the systems for you as well, right? So yeah, I appreciate you and have an amazing day.